Didaga geshira baby. Didaga geshira baby. Didaga geshira baby. Said I wanna be your only, and I wanna see you daily. I wanna feel you near me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is Hendrix Sound.
Wavy, talk is cheap, lakini bado najibonga. Roho yangu inagonga, nikikuona ukisonga. Ayawa freeze, picha mimi sitachoma. Niko na diploma, juu baby mimi nishakusoma. Ayawa atoti wangele chama siwa, aki umebarikiwa, uwe wangu majaliwa, kile unataka utafanyiwa. Atoti wangele chama siwa, aki umebarikiwa, uwe wangu majaliwa, kile unataka utafanyiwa. Oh baby kata usiogope we kata sikuachi mimi nakufuata. Oh baby kata usiogope we kata sikuachi mimi nakufuata. Is you. Napenda sana ukiwa karibu, iwe mchana ama usiku. And if you call me girl, I'm coming through. Tryna love you in a different style and setting. It's been a while, I'm sweating. When I see you smile, I lose my mind. Wallah, you're a blessing. Hatoti wangele chama siwa, aki umebarikiwa, uwe wangu majaliwa, kile unataka utapatiwa. Wangele chama siwa, aki umebarikiwa, uwe wangu majaliwa, kile unataka utapatiwa. So baby kata usiogope we kata. Oh baby kata sikuachi sisi wawili kujuana, tumependa kupendana, tumeonja utamu wa asali donkorolero, wengine siwataki, oh no, utamu huwa ndani ya moyo, wolololo, mambo moto, pakawasha moto yo, mambo yamechemka, nataka joto, analia, oyoyoyo, wamewasha moto yo, mambo yamechemka, wanalia joto, wanalia, oyoyoyo, wanataka utamu, 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 mina tafuta utamu, 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 tafuta utamu. Only wishing the bed anyone yellow bedi forever land maungeto. Hera ma wan go doni mi kadua katabende obelde wiye kun. Mano donge doko sacrilege violation. Eka ke gida gini gido na to gini yoka longo longo gini nyaka londo. While we here we okay.
They don't like when I say I'm your lover. They want I say I'm your friend. But what a pity, when me try like an easy dicky. You the only one in this kitty. Why is it kukulia? Anyway, wanitosha, don't want somebody else. Siku waidhani soda, ina utamu ingine. Ninywe kila saa, tamu ka asali. Utamu, wakawasha moto yo, mambo yamechemka, wanataka joto, wanalia, woyoyoyo, wamewasha moto yo, mambo yamechemka, wanalia joto, wanalia, woyoyoyo,
Wanataka utamu, 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 mina tafuta utamu, 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 mina tafuta utamu, utamu,
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Caroline Murote, Miss Murote, to you, and a good half past the week. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing? I'm doing good, and nimekuwa nikifight na nywele nikasema bye. I'm like, bye. We don't need to be stressed. Unajua, like, kitu ikikusumbua unaitoa tu. That is a terrible advice. Lakini, that's the advice that I am going to hold on to for dear life. And that's a hill that I'm choosing to die on. Anyways, if this is your first time here, you are welcome. This is Sheversations, and this is a show where we amplify female voices. And I am here yapping your ears off every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I hope that you're enjoying, that you've been enjoying the Sheversations and that you're going to enjoy today's show, because today's show is all about kumbaya. Today's show is all about harmony and living in peace with created beings, and you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about just in a short while. And of course, I'm not gonna be having that conversation by myself. I've been making some new friends. I've been making some friends, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and I'm going to be introducing you to my friend today, who we are gonna have this conversation with, because she knows a whole lot more about what we're talking about, more than I could ever hope to know. And yes, the spirit of Wangari Maathai is upon us. You're going to see what I'm talking about. But if you have a tree near you, please be doing some hugging. Please hug a tree, okay? Especially since tuliassume ati kila mtu alipenda Valentine's, tunajua kuna wenye hakuna mtu ameku hug. Do you understand? So just if you're looking for a living thing to hug, you can also hug a tree, guys. Let's leave animals alone. Let us leave the animals alone because some of you are very, very weird. You want to cross boundaries with animals and that's disgusting. Ew, do better. Hug a tree. Hug a tree near you, okay? Already, the weather is looking beautiful. The weather is looking beautiful. Hey, like Kitty Palace Straight House Road. Sijui ni nani. Please, those of you with uncles who are close to power, who is visiting us? Ni akina nani wana to visit leo? Because traffic nimepata. Because of presidential delegation. Yes. So our father Ruto ako nyumbani leo, ako hapo karibu. Na si mimi nimewambia. Allegedly. Wink. Yes. So I am planning on having a good half past the week. Yes. And we're going to be here from 11 to 1. So 11 and then half past Wednesday, which is 12 noon. Because you already know. I just keep reminding you just to affirm and reaffirm. Because here we come up with systems that work like half past the day. Half past the day is 12 noon of every single day. And yes, so for the next 1 hour and 45 minutes, you better enjoy my company. You better enjoy my company. Speaking of enjoying, we have been ushered into this beautiful show by Jivu saying watasema, and that's also how hayawi and we got My Boo Got You by Wadhaka and Julie and Jivu, and then we also have Nakupenda Bado by Jivu. Right about now we're about to jump into Dawa by Wanja Wahoro and Junior Nyongo, and then we're gonna have Nataka Toa by Blinky Bill. Enjoy
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Lando kwaro abebe wangelero kwaro iromo dendo ya wamayo iromo pako ya wamayo imi adhi ongora ya wani mi ala ongora tombogirungu nyocho luisa tomano kumarungu nyocho luisa umine ukinyo wachilavu we masando ya kama ukara chonyo ni wachilavu miya mumudo kama umina chibela wachilavu we masando ya kama ukara chonyo ni wachilavu miya yoro mudo kama Original Dangla style. Yeah, East African time. Na wakaribisha ndani ya kodong. Usikute vitu bila kondom. Kuna champagne for the pain. Top player best in the game. Kelume, dance. Ongeza mavitu na makudade. Hakuna masanse, kuna masensi. Kukatana na kukata maji. Ukialikwa kwa wanati. Lazima makong king kong jabara king.
A drinks on the house, mazadi wamefika, watoto wenye class vile wanachachisha, na tukilancheki vile kuna badilika, good vibration na kuna kasirika. Kina mina wamewasha kingdom, samina mina wana waka waka na kibong. Madoba zako don clan wana sing along, bila thong renderong kwa machom tuko zong. Big tune big sound tunafinya kama sembe, mix ya dance solo hangla mulembe. Ngoma tamu sana zinacheza kama stenje, tuko disco tumepull up tuko genje. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Niko na visa, niko kwa simu na nasikia bashi meshika. Je, kuna madem, kuna maniga, maodine wamekuja kuchachisha. Ninajificha, sitaki picha, kubabae sitaki vita, nashikisha na mavela mabichwa, na tukishikwa jo mabel Mona Lisa. Tutoke BND, twende BNB, niko DND, usijam, I will be RB, I will be RB.
Mihadarati zishaanza kunidanganya hadi najishuku sana, zimelipu zimenichanganya napenda vitu si ufanya vile inafaa. Erobog na matin. Eyonaka. Erobog na matin. Abiro kikomando, kiritala jumi niko na mado, wenye vipindi na musonge kando, esima tu sama poso chopo, chololo, chololo. Nobody can party like we do. Wamoke girumba ko kwarawe blues, kinena kalingi kipani ya sim. Meditation yaka bed ni soya design bololo, anebo che bololo. So please no no no, okadwa jo machendo oh bololo, anebo che bololo. So please no no no, okadwa jo machendo oh. Mihadarati zishaanza kunidanganya hadi najishuku sana, zimelipu zimenichanganya napenda vitu si ufanya.
Mihadarati zishaanza kunidanganya hadi najishuku sana, zimelimbu Maximus
Ogna Martin.
Hey, and nothing na 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 na.
Kodong, kodong, kodong,
yeah.
kodong, kodong, kodong. mtoto ya Pamela.
I'll be right back. Tell 'em I'll be
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
So that was a good sound of Mtoto wa Pamela, Okelo Max and Fena Gitu Trufena wetu anasema Pugna Martin. And then we have Kadon Clan saying Dis Co. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Please feel free to give me your feedback. Caroline_Murote on Instagram, Caroline Murote on Facebook and X, and Carol Murote, CAROL Murote on TikTok. Same platforms at Power Radio across every single one of them. Holla at a girl, holla at us, and let us know how this show imekupata and how you're feeling. I want to hear your happy stories, your sad stories, all the stories. Yes, and then maybe we can even discuss what's going on with my hair because it's gone. Imeenda cut. Kidogo tu hivi ninyoe yote, guys. Wacha niwaambie, fear women, we just wake up and decide it's time. And truly, yes, sasa mimi nimefikiwa. Yeah. So have you gone through a transition that has found you feeling to make a change? Because kwangu imekuwa just an itching feeling of I want to get rid of my hair. Like, it's not even nothing deep. I'm not even depressed or nothing. I just felt like I wanted to make a change, and hapa ndio tumejipata. So as the girlies, is there something that has ever made you feel like, yeah, today's the day I'm going to chop the arms off of all my shirts? So I'm going to put holes in my stockings. I went through that. Huku Kenya sidhani tunaweza tembea. Could you peacefully walk around with holes in your stockings and people think it's vibey? I don't think so. Sioni, but yeah, where I grew up, it was I was called edgy. Kumbe nilikuwa napitia. No, I'm joking. I just like the style. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put holes in my stocking. So what I did was, the stockings, the see-through stockings, I don't mean fishnets. No, not the ones where you can actually see your skin. The ones which are translucent, like they're see-through, but they're either shaded different colors, right? The nudes of brown and then the blacks. Right, so I took those ones. I put holes in them. Like I just snipped like this with the pointy edges of the scissors. I just, and then so of course the thing has holes now, right? And so what I would do is that I would put white tights under, and then now my stockings with the holes on top. So it looked really stylish, honestly, even if I do say so myself. I love another thing I would do is that I would put my white leggings. And then I would have the black fishnets. Now the fishnets, the ones with the boxes or the diamond-shaped holes, the ones which are just like strings and holes inside. Yeah, I would put those over the white stockings, and I would put short shorts over them, or just a really big shirt, to hide the bum. Not because I am ashamed of it, to protect myself from the drama that men are. Because sometimes when you are blessed, they just want to see. And I'm like, you're not gonna see my bum. You're not gonna look at it. You're not gonna. No, please, no, because you're gonna agree with me, ladies. When you are set up in a particular way in the area of the bum, the gluteus maximus, kuna venye ukiva leggings, it just looks like it's a lot. Like our slim girls, our petite girls, they can get away with that and just look okay. Some of us tukiwavalia hivo, mnaona ni kama tunajaribu something, and it's just the way our bodies are set up, and it's just understanding how different clothing behaves on different body types. Yeah, it's not even a shaming thing. It's just that now if you have quite a lot going on back there, you're like, whoa, what's all that back there? What's all that movement? You might need to cover that up if you're not looking for unwanted and unsolicited attention from people who lack courtesy. So people who lack courtesy, nyinyi ndio tunafaa kuwa tunaongelesha, lakini sasa mimi nikamua nijisaidie because hamtaacha. So what I do is I always make sure to put on something long over my bum if I'm in something with very thin or very fitting fabric that isn't jeans. So any sort of leggings, it's gonna be covered because I don't want your drama and y'all are weird already. It is a beautiful morning. Na hapa one of your faves nonsensical pages that are very useful for updates. Kenya Gossip Club. Y'all are not nonsensical. I'm sorry, but yes, the content, the things that people are doing are often nonsensical. And so basically, Baba Talisha is calling out influencers who show off how rich they are on social media, but when they go broke, they turn to the common Mananchi for help. Na even ndio alisema 16 hours ago. The problem with most influencers like attention to prove a point, in brackets proving syndrome. Mkishiwa mnarudi kwa hawa watu wa social media kuwasaidia, yet you've been proving to them how you're balling and leaving. Yes, M-Pesa screenshots, blah 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 blah, nyinyi watu. So basically he's not impressed, and I agree. If you have been keeping up face on social media because you're balling, because you're rich, because life is good, ebu kisota utunyamazie. Enda tu, like, don't stress us. Do you understand? Personally, I could care less, but the youth, guys, do we not care about the youth? There is such a class consciousness that goes on in our country that is honestly disgusting. Class consciousness in the sense that you think you are better off when you have money. Money is such a great tool, don't get me wrong. But thinking that you have an upper hand over people, that you are flying, yani levels, like hatuwezi kufikia because of the money that you've made, and you want to make a point because society has accepted that people with money are the better ones. That's how we prove influence and how valid you are in the societies. The more money you have, the more people will respect you and pay attention, because we tend to idolize money. So I think what Baba Talisha is saying here, and his is at Faustine_Baba Talisha. Faustine is spelled FAUSTINE_Baba Talisha. So you can go and head over to his pages if you want to continue on that conversation. But let me know what you think about our country being class conscious and us giving people value based on what they have to offer financially. Yes, the richer you are, the more watu wanakuita mkubwa. So mkubwa is not based on anything other than accolades and positions and money, as opposed to character, and they're supposed to go together. If you have a certain position of power and influence that you're holding, it's supposed to be because you're skilled enough and morally adept enough to honestly hold that position. But that's not what we see time and time again. Anyways, that's for today. Mimi sina maneno mingi. I'm chilling. So we're gonna have Kirore Rwa by Wanjine, and then we are going to come back to you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Gaya ko bidari na ida, weka ire tuwe moyo kira gesiga, yeah. And my love for you, it runs deeper. So I write this birthday song for you. Kaire tugada ka beautiful, Beta watama milito. Takupa dola na euro. Tomaisha tola ka simple. Just for you love, kaire tuwe beautiful. Beta watama milito. Takupa dola na euro. Tomaisha tola ka simple. Just for you love, kaire tuwe quiero. Ni kweda doka ya nagaja. Nalilio
Make it do what I do. My penzi tell it for you love, girl you a one in a trillion, a gazillion. Get it to it.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Nimependwa nikapendeka, wanasema nimerogwa, sina noma. Ananifaa mimi, ananipea mahaba kwa wingi. Hanipimi, ananipea yote. Kashaamua kunipenda msimu yote, yeah. Naamini ashapata ubavu wake, na ni mimi hapa ndugu. Tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu sana. Tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu sana mapenzi. Tamu sana. Ni tamu. Tamu sana. Ni tamu. Ni tamu sana. Ni tamu. Ninamjua, ananijua, ananielewa zaidi, ananijua. Na nikinuna ananituliza, ananibembeleza, roho inatulia. Ananiamini, ninamwamini. Hatuna siri, twaenda na shilingi kwa ya pili, na sio siri. Kupendwa raha kwanza na wewe, kupendwa tamu sana. Ni 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 tamu. Ni tamu sana. Ni tamu. Ni tamu sana. Ni tamu sana. Ni tamu tena sana. Inadonjo tu vibaya. Amini usiamini, niliapa sitawaipenda mwingine. Nikiwa na yeye haunipati, na nikiwa na yeye haumpati, na nikiwa na yeye it's a party. Nikiwa na yeye hakutaki, na nikiwa na yeye sikutaki, yeah. Tamu sana mapenzi. 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 Ni tamu. Ni tamu tena sana. Ni tamu. Ni tamu tena sana.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Welcome back, my Sheversations. So the time is 23 minutes to 12:30 Wednesday, and I hope that you are having a good time in the show so far. Sheversations, where we amplify female voices. And before I introduce my guest, or rather let her introduce herself, that was Kirore Roa by Munyiri, because always we love to appreciate the girlies. Alafu, we have the powerful, the dynamic Zaituni Wamboy with a tamu. So, are you having a tamu time, or is that a weird thing to ask? I feel like that's just something you ask your toddler. Ukiulizwa, if somebody asks you, are you having a tamu time? Is that a thing, ama you be like, sa unasema? What would your reaction be?
I think what my face captures right now.
Yeah.
But tamu would definitely be, are you having a great time? That would be me thinking.
Yeah.
So I'd say yes. I love the studio for once.
Oh my, she loves the studio. You wouldn't find it weird though? Like that's weird, because I come up with things. I just come up with things. It's not how anybody says it. Yes, I'm a weird person basically.
Not quite. I think it's just keeping an open mind and not really taking things from a place of why is she saying this or overthinking stuff. So for me, it would be first of all, what's tamu? So I'll just take it as a rare, like
just interpret. Interpret. You're such a nice person. I'm not as nice as you. Me, I'm weird and I judge other weird people, and that's just the way it is. And God is Mungu anatusaidia. Sijui niseme aje. But anyways, hi, how are you? And also, who are you? The people they want to know. So in whichever order you want to answer that question.
Hi, so this is Kandi. My official names are Eva Makandi.
Okay.
I am a human who loves kindness, planet, just showing people this love, hope, and all that. So I'm a happy person, I guess, most of the time.
Yay.
And I'm just trying to be kind to myself, as you asked. I think maybe 3 years ago, I would say I would be such an uptight person. What's tamu? Why are you asking me this? Just communicate properly.
Okay.
But right now, I'm like a very kind of just trying to be kind to myself and kind to others.
Yeah.
And also just be open, like take life easy because it's a tough world.
Yeah.
But that's me. I love kids. I love working with kids. I work with kids. I'm a gardener, an environmental educator of children.
Oh, you have
I'm
green
a creative,
fingers. Yes.
I love art, and I'm really loving your space, kabisa.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically that's who I am.
Okay.
And yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now I have questions. Where do we start? First of all, you have a beautiful voice. Kids don't, it doesn't sound like you scare kids away. Unajua the adults out here ukiongea, mtoto anaanza kulia. So I feel like you're very well. I'm not saying inyi wenye mko na sauti zenye zinashtua watoto you shouldn't work with kids. I'm just saying that this one is clearly winning in life. Also, I really like your hair. It's so like, oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, the dreadlocks that some of us could never have. But no, we were told not to have lock envy. Like imagine jikubali tu venye uko. Sindio?
Yeah.
Mimi na my half kipara na nywele yangu yenye inataka kufanya kenye inataka kufanya, like that's just self-love.
Yes, I think it's so bold. I wouldn't have such a hairstyle, so that's bold.
I woke up this morning and I took the shaving razor.
Yeah, and I love it.
Iya kutoa nywele ya sijui huko. Nikasema listen.
Oh my goodness, seriously?
Yeah. I'm very, like, I just took a scissor, I cut it off, and then I shaved the rest, literally with my hand with a shaving razor. Wow. Yeah. Pray for me. Sijui labda wanasemanga labda napitia kitu. Thank you for validating me. But speaking of which, umesema ati 3 years ago you were a different person. Yeah, so like is there a transition that you went through, or is it that you just learned? So is there a story about like, how comes you're a very, because we all change. Like I'm not the same person I was last year, 2 years ago, but kuna venye umesema ni kama like maybe there was a transition. So is there a story, or is it just like I grew? I just grew.
So that's an interesting question. And thanks for acknowledging my voice. I think it's my superpower, especially working with kids,
Yeah.
they feel that I'm one of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like, oh
It's
my,
sweet.
we're all children over here.
yeah, so about that, I would say my personality as a person, I'm that person who likes schedules, like how things should look like.
Right.
But when I founded Light on a Hill,
Yes.
that is a beautiful organization I lead. More than 4 years ago, that's in 2020.
Okay.
I still had
COVID showed you dust. You're like, now we need to take life
It did, right?
into
did.
our own hands because wow, we can't
did.
wait for anyone to do anything.
I had a whole crisis. That's another story.
Okay.
But yeah, so what Light on a Hill has done to me is humbled me for one. And also working with kids has allowed me to be spontaneous
Okay.
and to be creative, of course, and be open to questioning and not working with a schedule.
Be more flexible.
Yeah, being more flexible
Okay.
and also appreciating learning
Yes.
and from every person, including those children. So
Yes.
it has actually made me someone else that sometimes I'm like, wait, the Kandi I knew a few years ago wouldn't have gone with this kind of decision or outlook of things.
Yeah.
But it's been a beautiful journey. I would say it's been for the best because I now appreciate, like you said, you're a weird person.
Very.
Yeah. and you judge other weird people.
I do, unfortunately.
I think I was a judgmental person. I still am, of
Okay.
course. I have my own thoughts
Opinions,
and
preferences.
and all that.
Yeah.
But it's made me very open and gracious because it's been, I would say, not a very easy journey. So
Okay.
it's made me to appreciate growth, everyday growth, and
Yes.
appreciate mistakes and learn from them.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically that's what I would say. That's the story behind that.
Awesome. Guys, the moral of this story, Kichuni Melan, let's see if I'm an attentive listener. I've basically learned that if you want to become a better person, start an organization. It will show you dust until you just have to have grace for people. And literally just see life differently because life is others hard. They say that others hard. Lakini mimi nilikata at the beginning of this year. One of my resolutions, which isn't necessarily something with goals, it's just a decision that if I decide, even ndio kuko. And one of the things that I decided is that I'm going to have a good year. Last year in my church, there's a lady who testified that at the beginning of 2024, because she had gone through, previously she had gone through a very bad depression, she was not a happy person. She's quite an achieved person and has been for a few years, but she was not a very happy person. And she said that now because of, just encountering just that space of her spirituality, akaamua that she's not having a bad day. If other people can be having good days despite of the drama that goes on around us, why not? And so when I heard she shared that testimony in November in church, and I was like, listen, 100% that's gonna be me because I'm a feeler. I don't know if you've met feelers or if you can relate. Oh my goodness, if you upset me right now, you're gonna know. If I'm happy right now, you're gonna know. So I'm working on having a balance and understanding that life doesn't have to be what's thrown at you. Life is more of your reaction. So I decided at the beginning of 2025 that I'm gonna have a good year all through. Does not matter kama nimevaa nguo za white and Anduthi comes and throws matope on me. I don't want to know, like everything is gonna be, I'm gonna have a happy perspective irregardless of what's being thrown at me.
Wow.
Yeah, so imagine that's just one of the things that I've decided for this year. So I don't know what kind of a year you're having. 2025 imekupata wapi?
2025 imenipata as sometimes I'm confused. What am I doing?
Yeah,
but
aren't we all? Nobody knows.
Am I doing the right thing or not? So,
Yeah.
But one thing for sure is I testify that testimonies are very powerful and it's beautiful to
It
share
is.
stories. And I can just relate when I was coming with a boda guy.
Yeah.
Hapo kwa traffic,
Yeah.
we saw this very posh car and this guy was like, hey, watu wana afford could drive these cars. Do they have any problems? Like, do they
Yeah.
know the meaning of
They don't
problems.
have our problems.
Yeah, but I just told him.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Because honestly, yeah, you might have the lavish car and all that, and just relating to your story.
Yeah.
You might be so accomplished, but you're so unhappy.
Mm.
So my genuine hope is that we just be content with our situation, the seasons we're in.
Yeah.
And as a person, genuinely, for this year, I was very intentional about being an intentional leader, friend,
To
whatever,
just
sibling.
go all out in all the
just
areas
being
of your
very
life.
intentional with my choices,
Yeah.
my decisions, the work I do, like see to ni random. So now that I am an open person, I can just be spontaneous. No,
Yeah.
especially with decisions.
Yes.
I'm very cautious to be very intentional, and maybe we'll come back to that. But yeah, so even with like the activities I have, like I have one exciting one coming up next month.
Yeah.
So we occasionally have that event every Valentine's season.
Ooh.
But that should be just hold on for some juice later. So yeah.
Okay.
Just being intentional, very intentional.
All right. So intentionality. Intentionality actually is one of my favorite words. I think I was 19. Don't ask me how old I am now. Just for the sake of the people. Mimi, I've existed that long and I'm like, Nisawa too, guys. Even do you call Nisawa? Yeah. But like when I was 19, I learned the meaning of intentional. And I don't know about you, but I'm a poet and I'm a writer. Yeah, so I have this crazy, very super sentimental relationship with words. Sometimes I see a word and maybe the way somebody else would see a flower, maybe the way somebody else would see like a piece of jewelry. Mimi, I see words and I'm like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Like just the word, like I don't even know what it means. Or maybe when I figure out what it means, I'm like, wow. So I had never used that word before when I was 19, intentionality. And somebody says you should be intentional. And I asked, what does being intentional mean? Like, I knew I could have Googled it, but I'm like, since we're here, just, explain to me. Yeah. And so they told me, no, intentional means like making sure that you stick to what you say you're going to do. Just having that level of commitment that, okay, if I say that we are friends, I've said it. I want that. I desire it. But now intentionality means that I would have to be calling you, texting you. I have to check in on you if I know your favorite chocolate, save some money to buy you that once. And also whatever friendship requires, the only way that I would be intentional is if there's evidence. Yes. So there's no intentionality without evidence. Like if I say I love somebody, tumetoka Valentine's, say somebody's son is the victim of all of my affection, all of it. And I say that I love that guy. Lazima nikuwe intentional. And intentionality means where's the evidence? Huwezi sema unapenda mtu and there's no evidence. So whatever evidence there is, that is the intentionality, that I desire to do this thing towards you or towards whatever. It might be a project, it might be a behavior. But then where is the evidence? From the desire, then the action has to stem from there. And so what that's just one of my favorite words ever. So thank you for reminding me about intentionality, because Mimi, when people are not intentional towards me, I don't cut anybody off. I just tell you, you're not being intentional. You can't say you care about me or you care about this thing and there's nothing that you're doing. Yet the things you care about, there's a lot of evidence. So you need to hold yourself accountable. And I think because we're going to have a conversation about accountability, and we're going to see how we can be accountable to our environment and to take care of it. Like we owe the environment something. Like, so we need to be accountable, I think if you're intentional, then you also have to be accountable. Because if I say that I'm supposed to give you a phone call and I don't, then the step of accountability is, hey, I know I was too. I'm really sorry. I apologize. And can we reschedule? And now then it just becomes a beautiful, like, it doesn't matter what goes wrong. If you're intentional and you're accountable, you're very far into becoming a good person to all the people around you. Yeah, so thank you for reminding me about intentionality. Now I want to get a little deeper into who Kandi is. Yes, first of all, oh my God, what a sweet name! Like it's Kandi. It's spelled Kandi, but we're just gonna pretend it's Nile Kandi.
Yeah, Kandi.
Yeah. We don't need the colonizer terms. I love that. Like a self-aware queen We love to see it. Yes. So what is it about your childhood that you enjoyed? Because zenye hatu kuenjoy zinakuanga mingi. So I like to focus on those things. What is it about your childhood? Like before you realized, oh my God, I'm an adult and there's people like expecting me to know things. What is it? So whether maybe when you were an infant, as a teenager, 3 things that you really enjoyed about growing up.
Well, I have very fond memories of my childhood.
Okay.
And that those are actually just taking back my emotions. My family.
Are we emotional? But like good, she's happy crying. It's allowed. We have tissues. We can take a
I
moment.
won't cry. That person, I don't cry in front of people.
She doesn't cry in front of that. She's affirming herself.
But anyway, it was such a beautiful childhood.
Yes.
Majorly because of my family.
Okay.
The family I grew around
Yes.
and the community.
Yes.
And I would say I had such a loving grandma.
Oh, wow.
This very young ages like 3 to 6, she raised my brother and I.
Okay.
She was awesome. Oh my goodness, she was so awesome.
Yeah.
And also like she was a farmer. She was an educator.
Okay.
She was so many cool things. She loved baking, so we would bake. We would make yogurt from
Oh my God,
her
you
milk.
people making who make
She was
yogurt.
so English. She loved tiny cups. I still am obsessed with tiny things.
Oh my God, the
because
little
of her.
china, dainty little
tea and-
things. Tea and crumpets.
I know. She was awesome, sana. And also my parents.
Okay.
I saw them like at that time they were in Nairobi.
Okay.
So I had such an intentional dad. Like every fortnight he'd come take me to salon to do my hair.
Oh wow.
So and my mom and also they just, I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm saying I had a loving family.
It's making sense to me.
Yeah, you see how we have these stories, mother-in-laws. Hey, wait,
Yeah.
mother-in-laws.
Yeah.
Me, my mom's mother-in-law was awesome because she's the one who was like, leave the kids with me and look after me.
Wow.
So my mom pursued her nursing career.
Wow.
And that was thanks to her mom-in-law and now my
I love
grandma,
that.
whom
Changing
I'm
the
like,
narrative that women are not all monsters.
No, and we love each other. Like,
Thank you. Thank you for saying
and
that.
we can fix each other's grounds.
We can.
Push others to...
Mnasikia?
we can
Yeah.
mention people in
Yes.
like rooms where they can grow and prosper in
I love
forever.
that.
So, yes, so that's that and more coming from a farming community.
Yes.
That was inculcated in me from a very young age.
Okay.
So grandma was a lover of animals. We had geese, we had ducks, we had chicken, we had
Wow.
goats.
You grew up such a cute farm life.
So yeah, farm life, countryside, all those
Yes.
things.
I
So,
love that.
yeah, all that was really cultured in me from a very young age. And yeah, so looking back at my childhood, I would say it's really defined the person I've grown to be. And just seeing that women can lead. My grandma was a leader.
I love that.
So something I
A
haven't
matriarch.
mentioned. Yeah, exactly. So she founded a school that I schooled in. My brother schooled
Wow.
in. And
Mlikuwa mnachapwa kwa hiyo shule?
tulikuwa tunachapa.
Okay, pia nyinyi.
Hata sisi, please.
I love that. I love. We're just checking. We're just watoto wa walimu.
Disciplined.
Watoto wa walimu sometimes hawapatangi hiyo. I was a teacher's kid, so I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we used to be. We used to be chapad sana. So
should we thank God for being chapwad? Okay, let's thank God that you were equal with other
Somehow, yes,
students. They're not being chapwad, just your equality.
So, and I've seen how her efforts continue. It's still running up to date.
Okay.
It still continues to ripple so much hope for our community. It has empowered our community's minds, young minds.
Yes.
And now Communicate to I am actually very huge advocate of education, children's education, and actually in whichever avenues or contexts we are, really amplifying education and using education as a means of change.
Yes.
So that was my childhood. I've blabbed so many things, but I'll just say it was such a beautiful
Experience,
green,
yeah.
loving, full of so many skills. I love cooking to date, and
Okay.
I do good meals. Chatuniringe hapo.
Lazima tu sample.
And it was, I know this kind of
Ukijichocha kuhusu chakula, just
Mashakura.
sample it.
No, I'm a good cook. We should do some cooking thing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we should. This
I would
is
be happy
live.
to do that.
This is gonna be on the internet
it would be
forever.
awesome.
I'm gonna tell them this girl came and she lied. She has not fed me.
And the internet never forgets.
It's never for uku power 254 tuko na kitchen. You've seen it.
Yes.
And it's very open,
I'm
so you
up
can
for
come
the
here and do a
challenge.
cookout.
So,
Love it.
So that was my childhood.
Yeah.
And it has shaped who I am, and I'm happy it did, because it gave me that burden to go back to my community, a story we'll talk about.
Right.
And inspire that change that I grew up knowing, and the power of conservation, of farming,
Yeah.
of art in some way, of
Yeah.
education that
Yes.
I grew up knowing. So yeah.
Wow, that is so beautiful. And just a good takeaway from what you've shared is the power of being poured into by women, and how the women are in your life. Because I did hear that your dad would come and take you to the salon every 2 weeks, and clearly you know your hair looks great. He's like, no, my princess needs to look good, and he gave you that value. But I especially love the part where you mentioned that your mom's mother-in-law was the one that supported her, and just essentially fanned fire into her dreams. And that is such a beautiful narrative, because uku inje atusikiangi hizo narratives. You might be experiencing it, but in the media, those are not the stories you hear.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, they don't celebrate those stories, even though we know that they're there. So thank you so much for sharing that. That's one of my favorite parts. But also the fact that you're literally your mother and your grandmother reincarnated. You're just them. The things that you love and the things that you do is because of how you grew up and how you were raised, and that's so beautiful. And just ode to them, just power to them, these powerful women. Yay. Yes. So mom and Shosho, where you are in the afterlife. Yes, I think you said that she's no more, but we thank God for the legacy that you are, and you're carrying her spirit through. That's intentionality. And what that says to me, and what our listeners should take from that, is that if you're intentional to pour into people what you want to see, it will bear fruit. Yeah, so tusione kama hizi vitu tunafanyanga 1 by 1, 2 by 2, you think it's just a little bit. But then now what again, I'm a church girl, guys. I'm a church girl. Me and Jesus, my people know. Yeah, but something that my pastor likes to say is that when you save a life, you're saving a generation. You're saving because you don't know who this one individual, how many lives they are going to touch. So don't think that the work that you're doing in one individual or in a few people is to be discounted. You don't know, so you just pour, even if you can't see where it's going, because it's not going to just fall to the ground. It's not going to be labor in vain. Yeah, so thank you, because we are seeing the fruit of your mom and your grandma's labor, and also your dad just being a man who is a present father in that story. We love to see that. So yes, it is past the day. So 12 noon on Sheversations is past the day. Yeah, so it's past Wednesday. Yeah.
Your analogy for me.
I told you, I make up things here, let me tell you, and those things are real. Nahamta ni show, like that's that. So Wednesday is past the week. Yeah, June is past the year. So 12, because I'm always, these guys are forced to be here with me. Whether you like me or not, if you come on Power Radio every 12 noon, it's going to be me that you're dealing with. So I have officially branded 12 noon past the day. So I say happy past Wednesday. Happy past Wednesday to you.
Thank you.
Yes,
you too.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. So because it's past the day, we are going to go into a couple of jams. And yes, you guys know that on Wednesday, we shout out a lady that we care for. And Zaituni, you've been on our minds again, you're featuring again. So we're going to have Kichizi by Waithaka Zaituni Wamboi, and African Vic, and then Nipende also by Zaituni Wamboi. So shout out to you. We're going to be back in just a few.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Walala mama, walala mama, walala mama, walala mama. Nishikilie, I am falling in love, and I don't know what to do. Walala mama, nishikilie, naanguka hapa, na sioni nikitoka. Walala mama. Ay mama, vile anavyonichanganya, sina uwezo wa kumkata, ananifanya mimi fala. Ay mama, vile anavyonichanganya, sina uwezo wa kumkata, ananifanya mimi fala. Nampenda, penda, 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 kichizi. Nampenda, penda, 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 kichizi.
I heard you loud and clear. Bila mimi na feel what we una feel. Vile unafanya vitu unafanya, you got a hold on me. Na si banduki. And if you want, just use me. Use me, mama.
Vile anavyonichanganya, sina uwezo wa kumkata, ananifanya mimi fala. Ay mama, vile anavyonichanganya, sina uwezo wa kumkata, ananifanya mimi fala. Nampenda, penda, 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 kichizi. Nampenda, penda, 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 kichizi. Walala mama, walala mama, walala mama, walala mama.
Penda, penda, penda,
Walala
kichizi.
Nampenda, penda, 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 kichizi. Nampenda, penda, 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 kichizi. Nampenda, penda, 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 kichizi. Nampenda, penda, 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 kichizi.
I wonder how you love kichizi. I wonder how you love kichizi. I wonder how you love kichizi.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
When I was 15, you were 17. I was your everything. No one could tell us nothing. We were both high on this love thing. We broke the rules, we set the bars high. When I was 24, I said I do to the love of my life. And though we didn't have much, we had each other, and that was enough. I found the one and he found me. We got it love a little bit strongly. And he was mine, mine alone. I knew I'd never ever be alone. But now the glass slipper doesn't fit no more into your lovely eyes. And now my head doesn't children were heaven. We started drifting apart, coming home with receipts of hotels and motels and a cocoa night. When I was 45, you were 47, and you were spreading your wings. She's 24, living in a house that you paid for. What the hell do you take me for? Because the glass slipper doesn't fit no more into your lovely eye. And now my head doesn't fall to the ground to pick you up when you were down. Nipende vile vile ulinipenda zama, usiniache mimi mpweke. Nipende vile vile ulinipenda zama, usiniache mimi mpweke. Nipende mimi kama zama. Nipende mimi kama zama.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
I mean, what more could we ask for when we have Zaituni Wamboi singing her heart out to us like that? That was Nipende. Right before that, she was featuring Waithaka and African Vic with Kichizi. And guys, please stop making people's daughters and sons go crazy. It's a lot, guys. It's a lot. Sai kuna watu kuinje hawezi tuongelesha juu ya vitu mliwafanyia Valentines. And Kandi, what do you think about that? Like watu kuinje wanavunjana roho. Like it's just Nairobi wanaitanga one big bedroom. Me, I refused. I told them I'm not in there with them. Mi nilikata kabisa. We're always talking about I'm always telling the funny cans to just wajipende. Yeah, somebody will be like, oh no, Carol, that's your opinion, you're so judgmental. And I'm like, okay, but why are people constantly crying about kuvunja roho, kukula dust? It's also just the lack of intentionality in you want to feel pleasure now, but you don't want the accountability of what having this kind of pleasure entails. So for me, that's my opinion. Lakini sasa si I'm allowed. Yeah, see, freedom of speech. Yeah. So me, I normally force issues with these things. I'm like, if you guys, you want to pendana each other in all the ways, then you also better be ready for the consequences of those actions. Indio, what do you think about Nairobi being one big bedroom?
Let me say I'm not so sure what that means.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Ushago girl. But
They're jumping on each other. You share with your neighbor, your cousin that side, somebody's mother, somebody's boss. Everybody is together. Nobody belongs to you.
Yeah, I think for me, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
As Kandi, I think it's sad for me. It breaks my heart. I think it's beautiful hearing you say you're a church girl. I am a believer. And I think love is one of the greatest gifts that we have as people, as believers especially. And seeing how maybe we take it for granted and think it's something like, I just struggle thinking how we take lightly some of these things. But from an overview, I would say we should also prioritize feeling ourselves, like being content with who we are, filling our cups. I think that's what is
not relying on others.
Then I believe when you have that in you, that love, you appreciate your flaws, your strengths and everything, you'll be able to share that and with other people, and also seeing this person as someone who deserves dignity, to be dignified. Like, my body, I mean, it's my body, you cannot just play around with it.
Anasikia Didi, guys. Anasikia Didi. She's like, kai mimi, you ati muniguze. Mimi ni msichana mamangu. No, stay away. Yes, so, please. That's the attitude we should have.
Yeah, we should. And they're so precious. And we should see other people as precious as they are. So, and love is so special. And it's not something we play around with. Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing. We have a whole day to love ourselves, I mean, and to love others, and a month of love, February. But I hope we can just be more intentional, as you said, with love and with other people, just caring for... I don't preach, but achani siendi Murote extreme, but just honoring one another. I mean, it's I
hear you. I was trying to amesikia Didi. I was like, hey, ati mnadu. And guys, and guys, this is not to shame anybody, because I also know that we're in the era of my body, my choice. Let women be. Let us have full autonomy over our bodies. Let's do what we want. I am of the very heavy, very strong opinion that doing what you want carries so much responsibility. And if doing what we want is also leaving us broken, we're not going to pretend that the what we want is not what is leaving us broken. We're not going to, blame, because I think in this era of being liberal, of being free, of being accommodating and allowing everybody to do what they want is not healthy. Because when society kidogo starts to look like anarchy, because anarchy means lawlessness, and I know as freedom, y'all know I've been here fighting for the rights, fighting against the powers, saying, guys, let's stop this, let's stop killing women, let's stop GBV, politicians stop abusing the people, nini, the older generation stop speaking trash about Gen Zs and the younger people. We are all about creating space for everybody. But I think what's interesting about 2025 and the past few years is that now we are going to the other side. We are going overboard, in the sense that the freedom that we look like is not freedom anymore if it entangles us into things that we cannot come out of. And so I'm not ashamed of having contrary opinions, that the freedom that we desire is not very, very freeing. And you don't need to be taking a religious standpoint, because personally that's where my opinions come from, and I'm not ashamed of that. But I also think that, people need to acknowledge that as pointing that this is the consequence of this action. This is what happens when we have this level of freedom, when we think that we can do anything with our bodies and just be okay and not be broken and not be dying from 6 million mental health issues. That's not shaming. And I'm okay. I'm okay dying on that hill, 100%. But yes, we want to get into just what you do professionally. So can you give me just a little bit of your what is your ukiandika pale kwa CV ama kwa LinkedIn unaandikanga nini?
I'm a community. That's tough.
Okay.
Ukienda saa kwa LinkedIn na kwa anyway, but I would say I'm a children's environmental educator.
Okay, wow.
I'm a community developer.
I love that.
An advocate of sustainable development.
Yes.
And also I would say I'm a young leader.
Okay.
And also I lead from a place of empathy and from a place of love for those. I love that. And dignity for those I lead. See, I take. Yeah. And I'm there, I'm the hero, I'm the savior of these people.
People and community-centered approach.
Exactly.
I love
Thank you very
that.
much. Yes.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite things about every time I'm asking people on Sheversations what their titles are. Like, professionally, tunafaa kuja. Hey, kuna kuanga like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm like, nobody's going to box us into that engineer, lawyer, teacher, nini. Yeah. Like we are doing all these things and we are diverse and we are able to achieve multiple things at the same time. So thank you. Thank you for wearing many, many hats. Watu lazima wazazi wetu wenye tunawapenda lazima mchoke You cannot put us in boxes.
In a box.
Yeah, you can't put us in. You won't understand that sasa hawa wasichana wanafanya nini, hawa watoto sasa ati ni nini. Like, you don't have to understand it. You just have to accept it. Yeah, I'm a rebel because me, I was told I'm wasting my time. Sijui kama hiyo ni bitterness, you know.
I'll share about that. Oh my goodness.
So you also have a story.
Bitterness mingi.
Yo. We're healing though.
Yes.
We thank God that we're expressing ourselves, and in us doing what we were created to do, we're able to heal and just make peace with that. This is okay. This is fine. You don't have to agree with it. Yes. But why? Why kids? And why the environment? Out of all the things you could do in community building, you gave us your background, but a lot of people grew up, in similar ways, but maybe they ventured into other things. So what is it about the environment space, and particularly with kids, that called to you, Ndio Kamua, that this is it for me?
Yeah, for sure. So that's a very personal question because one, for environment, as I mentioned, environment was not just a background for us growing up. For me, growing up, it was our life.
Yeah, your whole life.
Our heritage. Like, hey, okay, so I come from Meru.
Okay.
And sisi ni wakulima.
I love that.
We are beautiful farmers. So environment has been a part of me since very young age till date.
Yes, and I saw, I don't know if you want to share about what your last name is. Is that something you're comfortable sharing?
Makandi.
The other one that I saw, aside from Eva.
Eva Makandi. Kandi or...
Yes, there was a third name that's not those two. The Meru name.
Makandi. It's Makandi.
Makandi?
Yes.
So what does Makandi mean?
It means hardworking.
Hardworking.
Yes.
And then I saw another name.
Yeah.
It came with, I think, your photo. Is that one private?
Eva
Starts with an M.
Murote.
Yes.
Oh, that's my dad's name.
You see, Murote, what does it mean?
Murote, it means like a shepherd.
Yes.
Someone who shepherds.
So that's what I wanted. Like,
people.
it's so intentional.
I love the names.
Yeah, it's poet. You remember me and my thing with words?
Yeah.
It's so poetic. So even as you're saying that this is literally your heritage, it literally is even your name. That because a farmer is a shepherd.
Oh my goodness, I've never...
Well, here we are.
this
Now
light.
you'll be seeing it like that. You carry it.
I'm loving you so much. Yeah, this is so awesome.
Like we're having a moment.
Yeah.
That's what my name means. My name apparently is more Meru than Kikuyu. My background means msichana wa Mawaru. Nimetoka. I was born in Gashie. My mom was from Muranga. My dad from Gashie. So Kiambu, Muranga, just a typical Kikuyu girl. But I wasn't raised like that. And then one day somebody asked me, so what's the meaning of your name? And I'm like, I actually don't know. So I found out that Murote is Murote. So it means the manifestation of a dream, the one that has been dreamed.
Oh, Murote, yeah.
And I was like, that is literally, I realized that I've been carrying my name in who I am, because one of the ways that I used to describe myself, when you're in a new room, tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself. I was those kids who used to be in mini rooms. Sijui mnaenda ma conference, mnaenda wapi. Yeah. So I used to tell people. So I used to tell people I'm a dreamer. And I didn't know.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know that I carried that name in the meaning. And so when I realized that that's what I loved it even more, because I said, oh my God, I am the manifestation of a dream. I am the one that has been dreamed.
Dreamed.
Yes, so you are a shepherd. You nurture, you give life. So carry that, because that's who you are.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that is such a special way.
Yes, it's powerful.
It's very powerful.
So
Asante sana. Wow.
You're welcome.
For that revelation. Thank you. It's a beautiful analogy to
yes.
about.
Yes. So you were explaining how you got into this particular field of work.
Yes. Yeah. So it's basically where I come from.
Yes.
And now with kids, I would say most of the values in relation to the environment have been nurtured in me by my family, and seeing them actually live what they told us. Like, for instance, I would mention this on littering. I remember we were on this family trip, and my mom loves carrying candies in her bag. So she shared like a necklace with my brother and I. And she was like, so Mimi, I was like, napeleka wapi, this wrapping. She's like, oh, you put it in your bag. I'll give it to me to take her. Then we'll go dispose it once we're home. And from that day, honestly, I've never littered. Like, it's those things that you may
It's
think
put in you, deep rooted.
so
Same actually. That's also, it was also in the car. If you have rubbish and it's not biodegradable, where you can see soil and a bush, don't litter.
Okay, so I think my parents wako wanajua bedo kila kitu unaweka then tutapeleka
Ata
and I
banana
think
peels.
banana peels tuko na like rabbits and all that, so here it's a food for rabbits, so
I love
unaweka,
that.
it's
Yeah.
such a chain, it's so
Giving back and making sure nothing is wasted.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's that. So those small lessons, you think yet it means nothing,
Yeah.
but it goes such a long way.
Nairobi will be clean with that
I'll speak
small
about it
lesson.
because I'm so pissed by
Ona
how we
wababas
live. Like,
kwa
what's
gari,
wrong with
wama-
us?
big cars, that posh car you
Yes,
saw.
kwanza how?
Hao ndio wanarusha.
what's wrong with you?
Hata ikuangi utu tududu aki, sorry if you have a kadudu, a cute little matchbox car. Poleni, but hata see, they are not even the ones. It's those big cars.
know.
Range Rover
The
unaona mtu
arrogance,
amefungua.
I'm like,
And
what's
I'm
wrong
like,
with you?
for all the money you have,
Eh.
would think you'd be educated.
Kwanza you should start like a chain where we can take those trash.
And throw them
Juu
back
mko na
in.
hiyo pesa.
You know, that's what
I know,
I think
like,
it's
so pissed.
Japan ama Korea. They do, like, if you throw, they
Yeah.
throw back in your car.
Yes.
I've seen that on social media. So like, it's their culture.
Yeah. And something else I saw that was so interesting. Someone I follow on Instagram.
Yes.
She lives in, I think, Budapest. So she was showing how they recycle, like they take in this machine,
Yes.
like your plastic bottles, your glass, then it's weighed or something.
Yeah.
Then you're paid. Like you can take a ticket when the shopping
And that
nayo.
makes sense.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I hope tutaifika hapa.
That
am so
the
angry
youth,
at
the Nairobi will be clean today because the way people
I
need
know,
money.
and we have the resources to do
Yeah.
that. But of course, tunajua pali zinapotelea, which is so sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, but that actually, of course, it broke my heart somehow, but I was still, it gave me hope to know that it's possible. So anyway, with kids, so I'm explaining from who I am,
Yeah.
that shaped why I work with kids, because I've seen how my childhood has
It's
influenced
shaped.
and shaped where I
Yeah.
am. So I thought, this is the quote unquote vile tunasema are the leaders of tomorrow. This will be the people living and
I might as
driving
well
those
pour
posh
into them.
cars.
Yeah.
So why not?
Tuwafikie kabla wakuwe
waanze
wenye
kwa,
tunachoka na wao.
kuna watu wamelipwa kuokota hizo trash. Acha tuwape kazi. Kwanza I've had people say that like
I physically fight. No, I don't actually. Sinanga nguvu ya kupigana huku nje, but oh my God, if you're in my life and you tell me that was the last time they said it
did
around me.
humanity go, like
Ati
how
kuna
dare
sasa
you say-
ati tunachu
ati
like
tunampea kazi.
yeah.
I'm
Like tunatoa wapi? But anyways, thank God for people like you because we are bringing change.
Yeah.
We are bringing change. So, Sai, when it comes to climate change, a lot of young people, if it's not a buzzword, if you're not in this space, you don't care. Honestly, you don't care. In high school, you find yourself planting trees, even in primary school, just because it's environmental. Sijui nini mazingira day, unasikia Wangari Maathai day, ama sijui nini. But beyond that, for a lot of us, ata we don't even we don't relate that, okay, so the reason why the city is so cold when it's cold is because there are no trees. Ama sijui jua mahali, it's extra hot because of this and that. So what would we need for the for the young generation side? Because again, our parents and our grandparents, we forgive you guys. We have taken matters into our own hands. Itabidi, because fighting with the older generation haitatusaidia. So for the current generation right now who are very tech oriented and they're not necessarily outdoorsy people, most of them, even the ones with stories like yours, most people don't care to continue that lifestyle because it's not cool.
Yeah, it's not.
And it's not
Dirty,
something,
yeah.
it's not something that's in the media. It's not celebrated. So a lot of young people don't care. What do you think we need to do for young people to care? Tunaanza wapi?
I'd say I appreciate technology. So,
Okay.
Like what you're doing right now, it's live stream. So
Yes.
whoever cares to watch this, which would be great.
Watch this, guys. That would be great.
I'm manipulating you. Watch it. So so it would be great to. It's a great avenue now to speak about
Right.
everything we're doing.
To influence, to tell
To
people what to
influence,
do. Yeah.
Thank you. To
Yeah.
influence. if it's on Instagram and all this. So to even raise awareness. So already there's information. For instance, if you follow Light on a Hill, you see what you do and maybe it would spark something in your heart.
It should. It must
But
spark.
beyond that, I would say both sides cannot work alone.
Yes.
So there's the whole digital space, which is a lot of loud voices. And, sometimes I find it to be noisy.
Yeah. I mean,
but it can't be.
Yeah.
Without any intentional or there's no meaning to it if there's no action.
Yeah.
Accompanied by
100%, yes.
For instance, if you're a young person, Gen Z man, I appreciate how bold you are. I'm not a Gen Z myself. I'm a millennial.
Yeah, millennials. We're all millennials here. See, you're the old Kai. Wacha tu, let's just.
Mwelewi, sijui mko confined. Anyway,
tunaambia watoto hivyo, Kai tumezeeka wawa.
No, I'm proud of being a millennial. So, there are all these sometimes events you can plug into. Community cleanups. Show up, like just show up.
Plug in like, somewhere.
Get your hands dirty. Like literally, sisi inakupeanga. You get to understand like, oh my gosh, that sweet wrapping I dropped somewhere. It may lead to this. Then every time it rains, you're there. Oh my gosh, someone splashed water on me.
Yeah.
And nizo drainages.
Zimeblokiwa na takataka.
Imeblokiwa by that one action that led to 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah.
But if we plug in, like, if there's an event, I love tree planting.
Okay.
But on the line of intentionality, when I began my journey, kulikuwa na this fast when I met with people within my space. Kulikuwa na, I've planted thousands of trees, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, hey, nimepigwa na pressure hapo. I'm like, we mimi nimefanya nini? How dare me say ati nimepanda 10 trees?
Yeah.
But it got to a place I got to be like, you know what, Kandi, you're very different.
Yes.
You're unique in your own way with your work.
Your story matters. Your 10 trees matter.
Stop feeling the pressure ati nafaa kufanya hivi because other people are doing this. So for us, we grow flowers. So of course I'm cute.
You make the world beautiful.
Herbs. So in a bit of, growing up I also used to see a lot of butterflies, bees, insects, funny insects.
Wow.
But nimeona tu zinaisha.
Yeah.
I can't actually trace them.
Yeah.
So it's also an effort towards restoring biodiversity.
Yes.
So unajua tuko na all this going on, bash, sijui bridal shower, birthdays. How about unaenda you gift a plant instead?
I love that.
Instead of getting like plastic things. Or I appreciate those. I am a giver myself.
Yes.
So maybe you can choose, you challenge your friend and that would be rippled. So
to add life.
Like a herb. Squeezy, we love mint.
Mint, lemongrass in our tea.
I know. Yeah. So sisi tunauza hizo vitu, but anyway, najua you can buy from us. You can buy from other local vendors.
Yes.
And that would be supporting them.
Or grow them.
Exactly. And have them in a tiny
tunawasaidia bana.
Exactly. You get in a small pot. Hata kama unaishi apartment, it still can grow. Kuwe na ka plant hapo. You know how cool say it's the new cool. So, so gift plants. Carry on water bottle. Like you can do something like, okay,
Let me show them.
Thank you very much.
Let me show them. Always, all my friends who have refused to... this is a community mtungi.
Wow.
Wacha nikuambie. There are certain people I meet several times a week and they sit next to me juu wanajua I always have water and I've asked them for 2 months. At this point, nitawanyima maji, guys. Nyinyi wasiwa charge. Mnaniona mnajijua. Nunueni water bottle, please.
Like when you're going shopping, beba your own shopping bag.
Thank you. Statwa hizo ziko mbali.
Hata mimi zangu sitaki kuwa dramatic.
Thank you.
Ningeonyesha hapa, but
Sindio.
Yeah, like those small efforts go a long way. They're not small actually.
A lunchbox.
Not a lunchbox. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's even safer. Like na ukienda huko usikue greedy, you know, kuna kitu ya tunapa vitu free, so acha nichukue. Like you don't have to take that. Like you're too disciplined.
Enough. Just take enough.
It's enough. Like it's enough for me. Acha niachie someone else. I save even this company the cost of buying more things. And
Wacha hiyo kitu umesema about something is free. Let me give you an example. Maybe you go to an event, snacks. Tunapenda snacks, sweets. It depends on the kind of event and the kind of snacks, biscuits. Maybe I have these tendencies of unachukua like zenye unapewa and then also another mentality of if they're there sasa si tuzimalize. Let me tell you something I realized that actually made me stop even with packing food from events is that hii chakula utamaliza.
Exactly.
Like literally it's a scarcity mentality and I had to call myself out because it was not that hakuna chakula kwa nyumba. But I'm like, okay, you've taken one container. Why are you taking 2? You've taken 5 packets of biscuits. Why are you taking 10? Unless you're going to give them out straight away, don't do that. And another thing is that now when you're the giver or you're the one disseminating whatever snack ama goodies ama niwe umenunulia wase, make sure that whatever has come from you is not ending up on the ground. So me, I tell people, I'm giving you this thing on the one condition that you're not going to litter. And you still see people littering.
They will.
Yeah.
Tu hapo
But around me
but
sasa
at least,
kuna aibu.
hata kama it's just
Kuna
that
aibu.
one person
Yeah.
who won't, I think
You change.
tunaweza angalia hiyo.
Yeah.
It means something.
It creates a culture because people around me barely litter anymore. You will litter with your other friends.
I know, but
around
not,
me, hata wataambiana guy, karo asikuone.
beautiful. Yes.
And I love that because it means that I have been intentional enough to put that culture, at least fear, even if
hata
you're
kama
not,
ni fear, to
it's
me your
effective.
fear. Yeah, it is.
The government uses fear against us. It's apparently effective. Unfortunately, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is let's love our environment. So speaking of sustainability, what's the biggest myth about sustainability? Like ni nini tunajiambia yenye ni uongo, and maybe we might need to unlearn in your experience.
In my experience, especially in the non-profit space,
Yes.
is you need a big organization to be at the pushing the whole agenda.
You need to be Wangari Maathai's granddaughter.
Yes, you need to work with the Chatunis mention.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Kama una your logo that big organization, you're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Ama it's for the privileged, ama it's for
Wazungu,
it's
sisi bado
for the
tunatafuta
whites.
chakula. Me, I have no shame,
It's
please.
a myth. Oh my goodness, it's not.
Yeah.
And I want to challenge that mentality because sustainability begins with me, knowing
Yes.
you're enough.
Yes.
I would say, let me give a personal story.
Okay.
I love shopping.
Okay.
It's kind of my therapy.
Oh my, yes, please. Pesa ndio tukosea sometimes. Otherwise.
Yeah, so unaona vile there are so many hookers with nice stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm that person
Very
where
affordable.
siezi actually dress or something.
Yeah.
But speaking of intentionality, there's also been this enlightenment on fast fashion and everything. So unajua nilifanya nini? I'm that person, nilijita kamkutano and
Okay.
like Kandi. One, do you need these things?
Yeah.
Do you need it?
It's
You have
cute,
enough.
but you-
Hata zimejaa una place ya kuweka,
Mimi
but
hata
uko hapo
umenikumbusha
tu.
I have to give out clothes.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because last year I donated so many clothes.
Oh my goodness.
Like nice clothes.
Yeah, I just
Si
need
ati
to be
unapeana juu ni
zenye
mbaya.
ziko na mashimo,
No.
zenye zimeraruka.
I gave and I was like, you know what? Me, I'm not buying things I don't need anymore. Like especially clothes. I have enough for now and I don't need clothes.
Yeah.
Mkiniita huyo demo one skirt.
Yeah.
Retain your butt.
By the way,
I know why.
By the way,
Yaani
don't stop
pressure
counting my
iko huku
tops.
out here like
Yeah,
you have
to be.
sijui nini.
Yeah. As long as you
So-
you look utushtui tukikuona.
I'm decent. I love
You're
what I'm
clean.
clean.
Yeah, like you don't look like a mad
and someone
person.
else maybe needs that more than
Yeah.
I do. And he kutaka everything. And I think ndio imemess our society.
It's a greed.
There's
And
a lot of
scarcity
greed.
mentality.
We want everything for ourselves.
Yeah.
Ni mimi.
Hiyo
Hakuna
ni
mwingine anafaa
poverty,
kupata
guys.
hiyo.
Tuambiane ukweli ni poverty and
Na
let's not have a
imeescalate,
poverty
imeanza huku
mindset.
chini. It
Yeah.
has escalated to all these unfortunate situations we have in our country.
Yeah.
A lot of unaccountability,
Yeah.
corruption, everything.
Yeah.
Like unataka kila kitu.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't
You don't
how
need
much
it.
so,
Jipende, hebu jipende more than.
and sustainability is about me the same way nimesema. See, today I got in town very early, so I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, adventure, let
Yeah.
me walk.
Yeah.
You walk.
Yeah.
If you don't need to use a bike or
Yeah,
an
or
Uber
matatu or whatever, or drive
yeah, ama
there.
if you're driving, we'll have our personal spaces and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can say
Couple.
twice a month.
Yeah.
I can use matatu and
I
few
love
visits.
that.
Unaona ina save on the emissions. So it's all those very intentional, very
Wow. Nafaa kutupia timetable, like a list of, okay, water bottle, we're in class, we're learning, and you're such a good
shopping
educator,
bag.
so your shopping bag. Kama mimi leo umeniona hapo niko na serviettes, because I was complaining to my producer Flozz that I have forgotten my handkerchief. Nimeziangalia hapo kwa meza, and I thought there was one in the bag, and I was so annoyed. Sasa imebidi I blow my nose with a serviette, but that's another thing that I was taught, that it's not just for your health, because tissues, you vitu zinaingia as you're blowing your nose, you're getting particles, and that's why you might blow your nose more or sneeze more. So I was also taught about having a handkerchief. Yeah, and also
any teacher bas
hiyo ni yangu, turudi kwa zako. Yes, so also tumesema
plant
yes,
in your
a plant, have green spaces in your home.
in your home.
Yes,
To replace our city with concrete.
Yes,
But you can be part of the change.
Yeah.
Kuwa na ka plant, your herbs
gift
there.
them, gift your friend a plant.
you,
And
yes.
what sisi watu are betsita, if you can't have all of them, me, I'm a single Pringle.
Yeah.
Nobody bothers me, so it's just gonna be me and my plant.
Yes.
You guys, you can't
you.
you won't kill that one plant.
You
Start with one.
it'll freshen up your space, imagine.
Please.
Like that's
Yeah.
how kind plants are.
Bora tu once a day you've opened that window, you've put it near sunshine when you can, even on the weekend. Ama, you can even leave a small crack. So me, I have friends who, you're like, okay, this is not the best thing for this plant. Or you can put it outside if your neighbors are not thieves, because that's the other reason why. Because this thing of greed, I'm like, why are you stealing my plant? Ebu nieleze. But mimi, I won't have that problem. Kwetu gashie, kila kitu, ni ushago, plants imejaa nje. I don't see anybody stealing my small cactus. So, okay, so we have plants. We said carrying containers instead of plastics. Like if you're going to your mama mboga, carry your container.
Thank you very much.
For greens.
And actually, speaking of mama mbogas, buy things from mama mbogas.
Yeah.
You're supporting local producers.
Yeah.
And organic.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
I know we want to shop in Carrefour. And
yeah.
it's amazing,
Mwambiane
but
ukweli, how many
please,
of you are close to Carrefour? Me kama mimi, I would have to take a matatu and then walk for like, I think 20 minutes. Ndio nifike Village Market. That's the closest one. Ama niende Westi. Yeah.
Sarit.
Yeah, like that's 70 bob ama 80 bob. But
Enda
mama
hapo kwa
mboga
mama
wako tu
mboga.
hapo.
Kwanza ametoa kwa shop yake. Imagine hadi una contribute maybe to their
Yeah.
kids' education.
Yes.
To like, it's so beautiful. Like all those, there are so many examples. So,
I love that.
yeah.
I love that. And then, so now another thing is that you've said that people think that you need to be this big organization. And a lot of that based on what we hear, because this is why we're putting different information out there to demystify these things, is it cost efficient to be an environmentalist, especially if you want to do it as a career? How can we make environmental conservation affordable? For maybe you want to do it as an individual, then basically you can start with your plants or whatever, but with the aim of the environment. Or maybe you want to start another light on a hill, something similar to that. How affordable is it?
I would say it's very affordable because it takes you or beginners.
Yeah.
I'm saying very cautiously on affordability.
Yeah.
So it takes you, like, if you love teaching, like myself,
Yeah.
you go volunteer your time.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
So
close
just
by.
start.
Answer, like, start.
Yeah.
If it's challenging your friends, why are you literally, like, that's
Yeah.
so disgusting. Like, that is so uncool. Like, here, that's already a movement.
Yeah.
You're starting off, and if ni pale nyumbani, unajua vile tunaendanga Christmas
Yeah.
Nairobi. It's usually mostly in Ushago, kunanyesha, so maybe you can say, hey, napanda this popo. Or, yeah, like,
Take advantage of nature.
Things my nieces, my nephews, or
Yeah.
the kids, or
Yeah.
whoever will benefit from, hata kama si mimi.
Yeah.
So kuna all these efforts, so it's affordable first if you think it as you doing it.
Yes.
So, but I would say also it's not very, if it's a lifelong or career you want to follow, of course you have bills to pay. You
Yes,
have all
of
that.
course,
So,
of course.
yeah, so on that note, sasa, inakuwa a bit tricky, especially in a system that is very capitalist, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So the money is pale juu.
Yeah.
And we're here.
Imekwamia. Kuna block. The
Kuna
drainage
ka-block hapo.
is not releasing, please.
So kuna all that, but I would hope to see, you see how people are like, nyinyi Gen Z, you young people, you're so entitled, sijui nini, team nangoja tu tuwasaidie.
Yeah.
Yet, we're here, we're doing something, but I don't see your voices.
Yeah.
Put your money where your
Mouth is.
So, how about you really invest in our work? Like, I would love to see a community that empowers young people. You mentor them. Yes, you amplify their voices.
Yeah.
At least, iache kuwa, it's only cabinet secretaries na sijui nani wanaenda kuongea in this big conferences.
Yeah, because it's honestly them most of the time.
This big environmentalist wenye tuko nao.
Yeah.
No offense, but how about tukue intentional as leaders?
Where are you giving back? Who are you supporting? Where is the evidence?
Acha this young farmer doing great work.
Yeah.
Akuja ongea about how farming has, what it means to them and how it's transforming their lives and how you can invest in that farming.
Okay.
How you can invest in Kandi's work.
Yeah.
And the kids, and you're inspiring a whole generation. So
yes.
Just be intentional, like me too, and nitasema. So I don't know if I diverted or something, but
no, that's good. That's good. Because speaking of intentionality, we did say if there's no evidence for what you're doing, it's okay to put out all these good intentions and desires and these are our goals, but qua ground, show us the community you've impacted. Show us how many gardens you supported. Show us how many young people who are championing for the environment, whose lives they can say, anyway, this is the guy, this is the lady, this is the organization.
And
so
hata ni cut short hapo. And when hata you invite us to speak, you pay us. Like, nimeona this
that's your
trend.
time.
Yeah, like, we're just exposure does not
we don't know. Hata sisi wasanii wacha nikwambia.
Yeah, tusiwestiane time. Like,
thank you.
Stop wasting my time kuniambia hapo na ni expose yet. When I come from that event, I feel so empty. Yet sao nyinyi ndio mko like, you're supporting these young people.
How?
So they invest in you and I get to see nothing. So just be intentional. Put your money hapo. Like, I'm spending my time. I'm a professional. So acha tutuache this mediocrity running around.
We need to change the culture. I love that so much. So we need to change the culture, and for organizations that do have the resources, because they are there. We just enter
they
their
have
Google.
so much money. Kwanza say climate action is the thing.
It's trending.
So much
it's a buzzword.
there.
Everybody wants to get in it for the money. So let's actually be
unfortunately.
intentional to give back to people that have put their best foot out there in terms of something that they're doing. Speaking of which, so your organization, Light on a Hill, it's an NGO. So you did give us your background, but what does your organization do?
Yeah, so it's actually a community-based organization.
Okay, a CBO.
Yeah, a
Okay,
CBO.
thank you for that correction.
So what we do is we partner with schools. So far, we are partnering with one school and a church.
Okay.
Where now we reach to the kids. We work with kids aged 5 to 12.
Okay, all the babies.
The babies. Yes.
Before they ruin them. the sweet ones.
And we allow them to, our aim is to allow them to interact with nature from a very lived and personal space.
Okay.
So we do like very practical lessons away from traditional classrooms. So we go to the gardens, they touch the soil, they understand where
play with the
food
worms
comes from.
inside.
Si ile unasema food inatoka wapi supermarket.
Yeah. Hata ajui kama mimi I don't know all the greens and their names. If you saw them in the garden, I wouldn't be able to recognize. It's so bad.
But I think it's something now we can work on. And allowing them to grow their food.
Yes.
And eat it. Yeah. So they get to contribute to their food program in their schools.
They're problem solvers. They're giving, they're sustainable.
Exactly.
They're not helpless.
Yes. Yeah. And they also learn life skills such as growth, like you have to take care of things. Plants, like how you
it makes you a responsible person.
Thank you very much.
Keep another thing alive.
And away from that, we do community cleanups. All those allow them to understand like why nature is important.
Yes, and personal responsibility.
We use creativity as a means of expression for them. So whatever lessons they learn from nature, they're able to express them creatively, like through drawings, paintings, poetry. You should come and
I should. Honestly, I'm sold. You don't even have to convince me. I was gonna ask poets. When can I come?
We have amazing poets. And I think they would need someone to be like, yes. I am, and it's a dignified kind of career. It's not something atini.
It's not by the way. I wrote my first poetry at 8.
So I'm like, at 8?
At 8. Yeah, only because my teacher said you can. So we were given poetry to read. Wow. And then now the teacher said, by by next
I
week.
envy your teachers.
Yeah, by
Hey,
next
juu
week
sisi
come.
ilikuwa number 1 ndiye
Hapana.
she's a terrible.
Yeah, which is why like I can testify that what you're doing is very impactful, and that's how I was able to grow up into this person who's
Yeah.
able to fight for my dreams.
Yes.
Coming to this, well, it's a bit popular now with social media and and everybody wanting to be a YouTuber, which is great. I understand it. But also this is an unconventional being a journalist and being a storyteller. The generation that came before me, they were like, are you sure? Are you sure? But it's because of that creative life in me.
Yes.
And that, you know, my mom used to garden with me. I was a cheerleader. She was a sports coach. So she used to bring me along and I used to help coach the team. And the part that I was doing is carrying balls, carrying their glucose and their oranges and their water, making sure nobody left their shoes behind, and then cheering the team on. But basically, this is to say that if you teach a child responsibility, it's going to impact who they are, regardless of, are you a lawyer, an engineer, are you a teacher, are you somebody who's working in the informal sector. It's going to change the kind of individual you are. And so that's what I love about what Light on a Hill is doing. Yes, and you guys have an event. Yes, so tell us about that.
So this particular event will be on 8th.
Okay.
That's International Women's Day.
Yes,
8th
so
of March.
the 8th of March.
Yes.
Love it.
And let me tell you, it's a very personal event for me.
Okay.
Of course, we are doing it in partnership with Light on a Hill.
Okay.
So the reason why it's very personal is this year, my family and I will be celebrating 20 years since
Okay.
We lost my dad and my grandma, the
Oh.
cool ones.
Wow, may their souls rest in
yes,
peace.
to cancer. So
Oh, wow.
it was a very tough year for us.
Yeah.
And season and
Yeah, I can imagine.
I remember that time cancer was not very familiar. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of profiling, stereotypes within my
Yes.
community, to my family.
Yeah.
It was sad, but it's a celebration. So what we'll be doing, will be going to KNH,
Okay.
to the Children's Cancer
Yes,
Ward.
Kenyatta National Hospital.
Yes, Kenyatta National Hospital.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. To the Children's Cancer Ward. And here's the icing. So we'll be celebrating both the kids and their moms.
Yes.
Their moms,
Wow.
right? It's International Women's Day. So these women,
Yes.
they're the caregivers. Like, away from the burden the children carry, they're sick.
Yes.
These mothers carry so much.
So
burden
much.
as well.
Yeah.
And they need celebrating. And I speak this because my mom, as I mentioned, is a nurse.
Yes.
And at that time when my dad and grandma were sick,
Yeah.
she was the sole
Caregiver.
caregiver.
Yeah.
And I remember how hard it was. She still went to work. She came.
Yeah. She
took care
has
of us.
shifts, 2 shifts.
Eh,
Ya job
so-
na ya nyumbani.
Alafu kuna ya dad, kuna ya grandma. So
Yeah.
it was so hard. And I think my mom is an unsung hero. And I hope, mom, you know that
Yeah.
I celebrate
She's
you
not
sana
unsung.
sana.
You are here and you sing her
I
songs. So,
yeah, for sure. I sing you all along.
Wow.
So
Mama Kandi, thank you so much for
yeah.
the good work you've done.
she's a beautiful woman.
Wow.
So so it's basically that, to celebrate these women and just being there. I know I can't remember how many people visited us, but I would say
Yeah.
this would mean so much to people going through this. You might be
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, I am so scared. I am scared as well to go to that ward. But just being there, like, kukua hapo.
You don't, your feelings and your grief and your sadness and how overwhelmed you might get it has less value, and less weight than the joy
Yes.
and the life you will pour into these kids and their mothers. That's how I look at it. I always do a cost benefit analysis. Like, okay, kusikia vibaya ni yangu. Iyo ni yangu, and I will get over it.
Yeah.
Also because for so many of us, it's not even our reality. Even if we have people that we've lost, most of us have our health intact, and that's such a blessing.
For sure.
But for that person, for you, it's one day yenye utasikia vibaya, because realistically utaenda uko usikie vibaya.
Yes.
But if you focus on, I'm there to give joy because I am capable, and this person, aizi jifanyia, the fact that they're fighting, the fact that they're strong, they wake up every day, and those that smile, and those that can't are still holding on. Hakuna excuse. That's how I like to look at it when I'm trying to make a decision of niende nisikie vibaya, but who is benefiting? It's not about me.
Yeah, it's not about you.
Yeah. So I think everybody needs to show up on there. You said the 8th of March.
8th of March.
Yes.
And in preparation of this,
Yes.
Of course, we're African. We don't go empty-handed.
We don't. Kikapu lazima
Kikapu
kijazwe.
lazima kijazwe.
Yeah.
And it's fruits. We are taking fruits, specifically bananas.
Yes.
And apples.
My favorite fruit. Nani 10 bob, guys.
Banana. Oh, explains your yellow in the room.
See, in the spirit of Wakamba feel represented. Banana people, all of them. Yeah.
So bananas, and we're looking into like 100 kids and 100 moms. So it's a total of 200.
Yeah.
Please, donate. Like, we need, it's not just about me, it's about us as a community. So I'm inviting you to a cause that is bigger than all of us.
Yes.
And apples, not just squeeze apples, zimepanda bei, but we can do
we
this.
Are empowered.
And we will do this.
Ukiangalia how many you can buy, don't think about apples are expensive. Think about this is somebody's health. Niko na 100 bob, niko na 2 so.
100 bob in a by tattoo. So imagine, that's great. So
that will make a difference. Yeah.
So we'd be happy. Please go to our social medias.
Yes. Can you shout out your social medias? What are the handles?
Instagram, it's Loah, LOAH_ORG.
Okay.
Twitter, the same, or X, the same.
Yeah.
Facebook, Light on a Hill Organization.
Yes.
LinkedIn for the professionals. And everyone else, it's still Light on a Hill. Brackets, Loah Organization.
Yes.
So please DM us, talk to us.
Yes.
And we'll be happy to chat and give you more details. So
yes.
It's particularly very special. And honestly, guys, please plug in. So itakuwa 10 bananas, imagine.
Yeah.
So those are 10 kids or 10 moms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also toys. Oh my goodness, I forgot. Toys. We're also gifting kids toys, at least to engage them and help free their minds.
Yeah.
So we hope you can donate also toys, like the gently used ones.
Yeah.
Kama ni Rubik's Cubes, kama ni dolls.
Yeah. Unajua wa Kenya gentle used ones means zenye mnataka kutupa. The ones which look nice.
Kitu hata ukipewa
utafeel. Yeah.
Appreciate. Isikwe tu kitu na dispose.
Yeah.
Please something just
dignified.
Spare. Yeah, dignify.
Love that.
Those people. Thank you. So these are small toys. We're looking into like 100 for the 100 kids.
100 for 100 kids. And honestly, if all of us participated, kila mtu anatuma 100 bob, that's already like, that's gonna be so many fruits. You know, and maybe some of those mothers that probably would have to go home would have just a fruit or two to take, you know, because I know when it comes to food, the nurses are very strict. You can't just eat everything. Or maybe you eat kidogo alafu zingine ziende na wazazi. Yeah, so I'm going to support by sending some funds. Yes, so tutafutane month end month, yeah. Maboss wetu wakiniambia ati Carol, you're worthy to be paid this month. Then I will be able to. And if you can't be found physically, yes, because I think I'll be otherwise engaged personally, then that's how to support. And also, I think to like your social media,
please do,
you know, follow the organization. Just go and add a supportive comment, because just like what we do here on Sheversations is just giving platform to people doing wonderful things. That's also the same thing that happens. There's a ripple effect. If you can't do anything but simu iko unaweza ingia Instagram, then go and like and support the pages. Go nature of our world. Then we really do need to be intentional to create community spaces where we support intentionally. So I just want to ask, just with everything that you do, the event that's upcoming, if you still want to add something on that, your story perhaps, and Kenyans and our relationship with the environment. So what's something that you want people to be left with? Anything, it could be anything. So for just a couple of minutes, what do you want to say to the people? Yeah,
I want to first of all celebrate all the young farmers. My brother, oh my goodness, my brother is also...
Wow, what's his name? Shout him out.
Gordon Murote, yes.
Gordon Murote, yes. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I think our childhood really impacted us in a beautiful way. So
okay.
All those beautiful small organizations and big doing intentional work.
Yeah.
Thank you for inspiring me.
Wow.
I wouldn't lean on the big names.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, who is really doing the work.
Yeah.
So
Big people, she's not happy with you. I can tell.
I'm not.
She's not impressed.
Well, we but all in all, I think we need each other.
Yes.
And it's a call to be better. So for me, it's the word I began with, like, let's be intentional.
Yes.
With our work, with the environment. Like, this is our mom. Like, the
Mother
food we
nature.
get.
Yeah.
Imagine that food you grew up loving. Then all of a sudden, one day, it's no longer possible. Haiko.
Yeah.
And the reason why, of course, people in Nairobi tunasikia the heat waves.
Yeah.
Joto. And imagine it's from these small actions, irresponsible actions that have gathered up to be something terrible. But there's hope. So, naniza water bottle tumeongelea. If you need to walk, it's good for your health and it's good for the planet.
100%.
If you want to please carry your own shopping bag.
Yeah.
Support organizations doing this.
Those Light on a Hill organization.
Those places where they're selling plants.
Yeah.
Get a plant. Tuseme hizo ni za posh places, ati flowers.
Yeah.
Get a cute flower for yourself.
Is your shosho's house in the village posh people, yet they have plants? Why?
So stop littering. My goodness, please. Acheni kulit. It's so disgusting. It's so terrible. You show so much contempt for
the environment when you do
that,
sometimes
so.
It's just ignorance.
It's ignorance.
So we thank God for
niko hapa
education.
kuambia, please stop. It's so disgusting. So please don't. Let's be kind to our mom, which is earth. It's awesome. It gives us food, the air we are breathing in freely, and everything else. So and those animals, unaona to insects. I know some of us are really scared of them.
Yeah.
Acha tuanze pia niyo kindness. Maybe unaweza kapush huko nje. It belongs to
Call me.
Juu ati unaanza kuonyesha violence to your kids if you have kids.
Nisitaje wa mama wa power.
Please don't kill those
Walinita mwanaume because I took out a wasp. And I was like, guys, mnaiogopa and it's so tiny.
Please, achini kuziu. Imagine hapo ndio violence inaanza. Like, I'm just saying let's just coexist very lovingly and peacefully with nature, with the environment, with each other, with just everything. And life, I think, will be much easier.
Yes.
And please join us on 8th. And also, in the meantime, please contribute. Na pia tunataka by the board games to allow kids to share, like kama ni chess, Scrabble, Jenga, all that. Don't feel confined.
Yes.
We are open hearts and open hands.
Okay.
We need you to support us.
Beautiful. And the giving details, we're going to find them on your socials?
Yes. Ama niwaambie.
Unaiza, you can share. Go ahead.
So the Paybill, in case you want to give by cash or money, Paybill ni 5252 or 522 Paybill. Account is 7527251.
Okay.
Yeah.
522522 pale kwa Paybill, and then the account is
752
725
1.
Mnasikia?
Itakuja Light on a Hill.
Yes. Light on a Hill, just for accountability.
And thank you so much. Please, thank you for having me.
No
beautiful
problem.
Team. I appreciate it.
We are honored. Honestly, I would have been here talking to myself for 2 hours, talking to my audiences. Wanachokanga na sauti yangu. Hawajaniambia hivyo, but mimi nachokanga kujiongelesha. So every time I have the honor of having a conversation with somebody else, really makes my day. Yes, so thank you for taking time out of your schedule. I'm sure you had better things to do, know, that would give value. Yes, say yes. The answer is always yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Better things. No, I'm happy. Acha tu nisiseme yes. I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So yes, guys, let's do everything we can to educate ourselves. Ignorance is not an excuse. Indio. Yeah, just because you didn't grow up touching soil kama sisi does not excuse you littering or doing some other weird things. So now you know. This has been a wonderful Sheversation. Thank you so much for your time. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be seeing you guys on a Friday, Cindy. Oh yes, it's gonna be Friday. Yes, but I'm gonna leave you guys with a good old jam. Let me see what I want to leave you with. I want to leave you with Rise Up by Fena Gitu and Dafla Dilgon. Yes, so this is for you guys and the environment as well. So take care of the earth so that the earth can take care of you.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So from me and Kandi, this is goodbye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Yeah, this is survival. Politics, them tribal. Can't afford to stand by. Watch children die, mothers crying. Joblessness, senseless suicide. We just give them small money, wash, live a lie. Too many young lives lost in a life of crime. And in our lifetime, in the right minds, against the status quo, we rise. Young people rise up, make we rise up again now. Oh, may we never forget, no. Oh, young people rise. Rise up. Hating each other, hating ourselves. Oh, na na na. Na 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 na.
The flop.
Na 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 na.
The legan.
Na na na.
I miss a youth man, better watch out your step. No matter what them say, I make you kill for this state. And cool down, better set up your pace. Cause you a soldier, go bless up your way.
I say youth man always up the banner. Pick up the trophy and none of them bother. Win, make whole heap of them wonder. Put them to shame, bumbo clad scammers. Rise up now, 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 now. I better rise up now, now, now. Stand up now, 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 now. Stand up now, now, now. Better rise up now, now. Better rise up now, 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 now. Stand up now, now, now. Stand up now, 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 now. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Young people rise up, oh, na na na. Yeah, rise up. African children rise up, rise up again now. And make we never look back again, no, no. Rise, 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 rise.
Better rise up now.
From sunrise to sunset, all day